We start off in Houston now, where eyewitnesses are disputing federal officials in the deadly shooting of a Mexican national by an ICE agent. Officials now admit the man killed was not the person they were targeting in an immigration operation. CBS News' Jason Allen with new video leading up to the incident.
New surveillance video obtained by El Grito Media shows an unmarked black SUV following a white work van Tuesday morning in Houston. Another camera caught a different black SUV cutting through a parking lot. Moments later, 52-year-old Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was seen on the ground, shot in the torso, with ICE officers standing over him. The videos of the pursuit are emerging as two of the men in the van gave their attorney a new account of the shooting that happened when the van stopped.
They confirmed that at no point was there ever an ICE agent directly in front of the vehicle. They also confirmed that the shots came from the sides, not from the front.
Homeland Security said Salgado Araujo tried to weaponize his van and run over an officer who shot in self-defense. There is no video so far that shows that moment.
None of the ICE agents were wearing body cameras, and none of the vehicles had dashboard cameras that captured the shooting.
Representative Sylvia Garcia said there appears to be no damage at all to the van Salgado Araujo was driving.
I'm not prepared to say today that it's all lies, but it sure is looking that way.
The Harris County District Attorney's Office is now doing its own investigation, pleading for new videos or eyewitness accounts. The attorney for the workers who were in the van and now detained said he's concerned his clients will be pressured into signing documents that will have them deported. Jason Allen, CBS News, Dallas.
In Dallas, a vigil was held for Salgado Araujo, where crowds called for more accountability from ICE. Our Amelia McGavro is in the Bishop Arts District with more on that story.
God, each of us here knows a Lorenzo in our neighborhood or in our family. And we know how deeply unjust this moment is.
A memorial held for a man killed miles away, but felt in the hearts of dozens of North Texans who gathered to pray and reflect.
However you wish to enter a time of silence as we remember the life of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo.
This comes 2 days after 52-year-old Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was seen on the ground, shot in the torso by ICE officers on Wednesday in Houston. Organizers demanding accountability and a private investigation into what happened.
Loved ones could one day leave our home and be detained or killed without us knowing.
Candles, notes, flowers, and pictures fill this tribute table. And even though the shooting happened hours away in Houston, many here in Dallas say they can relate with their own families.
I feel like for a lot of immigrants and a lot of communities here in Dallas, they see their father in Lorenzo. He was a man that lived here for 35 years. He got up to work and make an honest living, and he was murdered. He was murdered without cause.
And the location of this vigil here in the Bishop Arts District was also significant because the mural that you see behind me was actually painted after two men were killed outside a Dallas ICE facility last year. And also, Dallas organizers of this vigil are calling on lawmakers to see what happened in Houston and do something here locally to better protect immigrants. In Dallas, Amelia McGavro, CBS News, Texas.
You're going to want to stay with CBS Texas as this story continues to develop. The questions and the investigations in Houston, as well as the reactions right here at home in North Texas. You can always find the latest on CBSNewsTexas.com. New at 10, Dallas police officers and firefighters are being praised after rescuing a woman who was trapped in a ravine for days. As our Aaron Jones shows us, first responders say the rescue pushed them to their limits, but they never gave up.
When we got the initial call with DPD, we were seeing notes that said that there was someone back beside this ravine.
Dallas Fire Rescue paramedic Robert Kober says it took teamwork and determination to save a young homeless woman who had been trapped here for days.
When the call was received, it was pretty late in the afternoon, approximately 5:30 p.m. It was very, very hot from what I remember. Probably a heat index like upwards of probably triple digits.
Police officers and paramedics hiked nearly a quarter mile through thick brush and rugged terrain after a man working out near Conrad High School reported hearing faint cries for help.
The storm had just passed through several days before, and that actually played a huge factor in the rescue effort.
Mud was like a sticky clay When you stepped in it, you sank past your ankles, sometimes halfway or more up to your knees. It was a nasty, nasty condition.
They even had to sift through sewage to reach her.
At one point during the rescue, we actually had to make a makeshift bridge out of several pieces of large wood.
When you learned that this young woman had been trapped here for several days, what was your reaction?
I was really surprised when the call initially said there was a woman stuck. I want to say they said stuck in a ditch, and my thought process initially was, oh, it's just like a ditch on the side of the road. So by the time hiking all the way out there, I'd already slipped and fell once. Only thought process was, wow, she actually has been out here for a while.
I was expecting the worst, to see someone that's barely coherent, you know, possibly deceased. But when we arrived on location and I saw her, she was actually carrying a cogent conversation.
The woman was taken to the hospital suffering from severe dehydration, prolonged sun exposure, and other injuries, but was in stable condition.
I've been on similar situations where individuals that are in that type of environment for that long, they don't survive. So it was definitely a miracle for her to make it through.
Kober says the rescue is proof of what can be accomplished when first responders work together. In Dallas, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
Thank goodness for those first responders. Wow. Well, your first alert weather storms are expected this weekend, so let's talk a little bit about it. We've got meteorologist Damian Lotus joining us now with the tracking of it all and the timing.
That's right, Ken. So for your Saturday, if you have any outdoor plans, Saturday looks good. But as we head into Sunday, that's when the rain chances really start to pick up here, especially across parts of North Texas. We had a really nice sunset here. I was talking about those clouds there off in the distance, giving us that nice splash of color. That's exactly what we had. Temperature-wise right now, still at 10 o'clock at night. Look at this, 93 degrees. Winds right now out of the south clocking in at 10 miles an hour. It was a lot breezier today than what I was tracking yesterday. Temperature-wise here across the rest of North Texas, you can see the urban heat effect here for the Metroplex. 90 for downtown Fort Worth, 93 currently downtown Dallas. No watches, no warnings, no advisories here for North Texas, but as we zoom out, we still have that heat advisory in effect for the I-40 corridor from Oklahoma City towards Memphis. But I'm also watching out for a severe thunderstorm watch and a flood watch here for a very active pattern towards and through the Ohio Valley. But overall, the rain chances will slowly start to work up here for the North Texas region. I'm going to be tracking that timeline coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Demi. We'll see you in a little bit. Authorities, meanwhile, are working to identify a discarded human fetus that was found along Louisville Lake's shoreline. Police say they received a call from a resident who found it along the shoreline of Lake Park early this morning. They believe the fetus was between 5 and 6 months gestation and was intentionally left at the location. Few other details were given. No cause yet on a fire that displaced dozens of tenants in a northeast Dallas condo early this morning. Dallas Fire Rescue say they had about 70 firefighters working to knock down the flames that ripped through the 3-story building. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt. The Red Cross and the YMCA has found temporary places for all of those families to stay in tonight. Happening tomorrow, another remembrance ceremony will be held for the victims of the July 7th ambush attack in Dallas. It has been 10 years, believe it or not, since 5 law enforcement officers were killed in that attack. Organizers say the event is a tribute to the fallen officers and to their families.
They go to work each and every day and they don't know the outcome of what will happen that day. Hopefully they come home and they're safe, but they may not. And they walk into fire, they don't ask questions, they don't worry about what's going on. They walk into the fire and they protect people, and we should never forget that.
The remembrance ceremony will be held at the Wildwood Chapel at Westland Cemetery tomorrow at 10 a.m. There's also a walk planned tomorrow to raise awareness about the dangers of fentanyl. Drug overdoses are the leading cause of death for young Americans, more than cancer and more than car crashes. Robbie Owens speaking with a still grieving parent who's turning their loss into a warning in hopes to try and save some lives.
His lips are purple. I don't think he's breathing.
It was July of 2020, and Stephanie Hellstern was about to get a crash course in the nation's fight against synthetic drugs.
Is he breathing? I don't know how. No, I don't think he's even breathing.
She'd found her 16-year-old son, Kyle, unresponsive in the backyard. It would take months before she learned why. Later telling CBS's Jason Allen.
Accidental fentanyl intoxication.
Did you know what that was?
No.
Now she knows that what she didn't know can be dangerous.
People hear the word fentanyl and it's that stigma of like, wait, that doesn't apply to me. That's not going to happen to my kid. My kid does this and he's good. I thought the same thing.
Halstern has become a passionate voice in the fight against fentanyl, working to warn others about how quickly the synthetic opioid, 100 times more powerful than morphine, can kill. A dose the size of a pencil point can be lethal.
And people are starting to kind of see and understand, but there's still 60,000 that died. That's still a huge amount. That's more people that died in our wars.
And so the work remains. On Saturday in Fort Worth, the second annual Walk for Lives will return to keep the conversations going that could potentially save lives.
I'm so happy about it. We have like recovery groups. We have all these people, like finally all these years I've been wanting to lock arms with people and they're all coming, which is great. But I need everybody else, right? I need that teacher or that parent that maybe has kids. Bring them out, right? Like bring them so they can hear.
Because silence can be lethal as well. In Fort Worth, Robbie Owens, CBS News, Texas.